Okay, go ahead. Well done, well done. Keep going. Keep going. Awesome. 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 Middle. Thank you. That was amazing. We want to tell Thomas and Mac that we are more excited than I'm just... I attended my first convention without a license. I think it was June 2009 in LA, and he touched my heart. Amazing, amazing leader. And that's where I made the decision, I want to go all in. Look at his performance. SEVC, $1 million earner, 259 SMDs and team, 83 ring earners, a great leader from Beverly Hills, USA, Dan Shadier!
Introducing at MGM's Grand Garden Arena, Senior Executive Vice Chairman, Dan Shadier.
Isn't this an awesome event, you guys? I got to tell you guys that every time I come to the convention like this, I get so excited, I get so fired up, but I'm always thinking about these events in our lives that are life-changing events, and I'm so grateful that back in 1998, Christiana Marlette got my phone number. And she called her husband, she called Ed Marlette, and she said, you know, we talked about an individual, we talked about specific recruiting, and I think I found that person that you were looking for. And gave Ed my number, right? And I remember on a Sunday night down in Crash Fire Rescue, and I had been in the military for 13 years. I want to show you guys this. I've been in the military for 13 years, and five of those years I did special duty. You know, once I went in the Marine Corps in 1987, I graduated boot camp. I told my drill instructors I want to be a drill instructor. 3 years later, I became a Marine Corps drill instructor. A couple of years later, the Marine Corps was looking for a new color sergeant Marine Corps. Entrusted in carrying the colors at the White House. I competed for that, went there, and I became the 23rd Color Sergeant Marine Corps. And I had such a great time. I had such a great time, but behind in my mind, I was always struggling financially behind in my mind. I want you to think about this. I'm at the White House carrying the colors for the President of the United States, but still I'm thinking to myself, I'm struggling financially. I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills. Then I got selected to lead the #1 drill team in the world, which was the Marine Corps Solid Drill Team, right? Had a great time doing that. And in 1996, the Marine Corps said, you can go anywhere you want to go. I said, man, I want to go to Southern California. So fast forward, my job in the military is aircraft rescue. Marlette gets my number, and he gives me a call on a Sunday night. He says, hey, this is Ed Marlette. You don't know me, but our wives work together. I heard a lot of great things about you. I want to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself to me. And then I remember saying to him, I looked at your company and I'm not interested. And I remember this like it was yesterday, because he literally started laughing over the phone. So I thought I said something stupid. Now 20 years from now, I look back, I go, wow, that was really stupid, right? And he starts laughing over the phone, and he quiets down his voice, and he says, Dan, I know you're not interested, How could you be interested in something you know nothing about? And I remember thinking to myself, wow, that was stupid, right? That I said that. And then he said these words to me, and I want you to think about this. He says, Dan, I will not let this opportunity pass you by. Matter of fact, where are you right now? I'm coming to see you, right? So he drives down, this is a Sunday night, 10 o'clock. He drives down, comes to meet with me, right? And within 10 minutes of having a conversation, and I said, look, I don't really understand 98% of what's coming out your mouth right now. But here's what I know. You look like you're freaking fired up and you're going somewhere. And wherever it is you're going, I want to be a part of it. And then he asked me, he says, well, Dan, if you're really going to do this, why would you be doing it? I said, man, if you can show me, I'm going to be in the Marine Corps for 30 years. I ain't getting out the Marine Corps, right? But here's the deal. I just want to make an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month. And he said, well, Dan, if you want to make an extra $2,000 a month, why would you want to make an extra $2 grand a month? I said, well, I got a mom. My mom is in New York. She's working 16, 17-hour days. And I want to be able to take the financial pressure off my mom. Can you show me how to do that? He said, yeah, we'll show you how to do that, right? So I get started in WFG. This is in 1998. The extent of my vision is I want to make an extra $1,000 to $2,000 a month. Convention comes up, right? And we have a little small office, and Malet says, hey, you got to go to convention. And I remember sitting in the general training, thinking to myself, there's no way I can go to convention. Financially, I'm strapped. Financially, I'm broke. I can't go. So we have this conversation. So he sits down with me. He says, hey, Charlier, I noticed you're not registered for convention. And I started giving him an excuse, and he said, stop. This is not a conversation about you giving me excuses on why you can't make it a convention. Here's the deal. This is an event that could potentially change your life. And if you don't have big enough reasons to find a way to make it to this convention, then you probably ain't got what it takes. And I remember thinking to myself, oh my God, this is my shot at the big time, right? So I was like, how am I going to do it? So I figured out, when you're broke, there's usually a couple other people that are broke. So I found 4 or 5 other people that are broke, and we all jumped into the little hoopty. We all chipped in $10 for gas, and we came to Vegas. We got to Vegas. The only room we could stay in Vegas was a Motel 6. $35 a night, 5 guys, $7 a head, right? And I had a gallon of water, some peanut butter and jelly, and I remember getting up early in the morning, saying, I'm getting up before all of these guys, because you can imagine 5 guys in a little small room, right? And we got 1 bathroom, and I remember thinking to myself, man, I'm going to get up early. I got up early, and I sat in the top row up there in 1998. And I remember thinking to myself, man, this is incredible. These are great people, great leaders. I remember seeing Rich and Cindy and Monty and Lisa and Jack and Linda and seeing Marlette on stage for the first time and being part of this event in 1998. And I remember leaving that convention thinking to myself, oh my God, this is my shot at the big time, right? And being so fired up. So I get back home and I'm working aircraft rescue down at the base. And I remember thinking to myself, man, Marlette said, man, this is my shot. So I start working, we start recruiting, start building a base shop. And in January 1999, something crazy happened, right? So I wasn't licensed. I had all these people come to meetings. I wasn't licensed, wasn't making any money. We were always talking about where we're going 5, 10, 15 years from now. We never talked about making money now, right? We're like, look, if you pay the price now, what's your life going to look like 5 years from now? What is it going to look like 10 years from now? So 9, 10 months in the business, Marlette said to me, he said, hey man, I forgot to tell you this, but you gotta get licensed. Charlie, you're supposed to make money, right? And I was like, oh my God. So I get my license. And my first day I get my license, I remember I'm on the 57 freeway. I just passed my test. And I call Marlette. I go, hey man. I said, guess what? He's like, what? I said, man, I just passed my test. And I remember Marlette said, man, we gonna get rich, right? We're so fired up, right? And then, so I get back. And Marlette calls me in his office. He says, hey, I gotta have a conversation with you. And I said, what's going on? I said, hey, I know you, he says, I know you love the Marine Corps. You know, I used to say, you cut me, I bleed green, right? I'm gonna do this for 30 years. 3 years ago would have been my 30th year in the Marine Corps. And Marlette says to me, he says, hey, you gotta get up. You gotta go full time. This is your shot, Charlier, but you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You can't get to second base with your foot on first. And I was just like, oh my God, never thought about getting out, right? And he says, you gotta go for it. And I said, well, you know, I love the Marine Corps and all this stuff. He said, look, Dan, here's the deal. The only reason you're not getting out because you're scared. And you're never gonna achieve your dreams if you're not willing to change. If you're not willing to try something new, if you're not willing to go for it. See, and I remember when he said that to me, I thought about it. And I said, you know what? This is my shot at the big time. And I walked away from a 13-year military career, came here full time, and I've been here for 20 years. And I want to let you know, whether you're part-time, this is your first time seeing it, 5 years seeing it, 10 years seeing it, this is your shot at the big time, and you're one recruit away from an explosion. Thank you, guys.